Hi, welcome to the lesson on graphing inequalities on a number line. An inequality is formed by placing an inequality symbol between numerical or variable expressions. So let's look at some examples here. How would you read this? Well, this is read as 7 is greater than 5. How would you read this expression? And this expression is read as 5 is less than 7. Last but not least, how would you read this? So this is read as x is greater than or equal to -2. Now, another thing I would like to state is that an inequality containing at least one variable is called an open sentence. So this inequality indicates that all numbers greater than or equal to -2 are solutions of x. So if I were to substitute this x for, let's say, -3, it will be read as -3 is greater than or equal to -2. So would you say this is a false statement or a true statement? Okay, so I hope you said that this is considered a false statement because -3 is not greater than or equal to -2. -3 is less than -2, right? And the reason why that is if you take a look at this number line here, numbers to the left of 0 we know are less than 0. However, let's take a look at the numbers -2 and -3 specifically. Well, -3 is further away from 0 on the number line than -2 is. So that means -3 is less than -2. Okay, not greater than. Okay, now the other way around, it would be true if we said -2 is greater than or equal to -3, right? Because -2 is closer to 0 on this number line. So be very, very careful with these type of statements. Okay, let's go ahead and continue on. So we can graph inequalities on number lines. And as a refresher, the numbers to the right of 0 are always positive, whereas the numbers to the left of 0 are always negative. All right, and when graphing inequalities on the number line, we use closed circles as well as open circles. So closed circles will indicate inclusion. That means the numbers are included, okay? Whereas open circles will indicate exclusion, not included. All right, and closed circles are represented by less than or equal to and greater than or equal to. Whereas open circles are less than or greater than. Okay, so knowing that, let's go ahead and graph some inequalities on this number line here. So let's say that you're given the expression x is less than -3, and you're told to plot this on the number line. Well, remember we have less than, so that means we're going to plot using an open circle. So let's take a look at -3. We're going to place an open circle there, and it's telling us that is less than. So we'll shade everything to the left of -3. And also another thing to state is that this open circle, like I said earlier, means that this -3 is not included in the solution. Okay, that means all other numbers to the left of -3 are included, which will make this statement true. Okay, let's go over another example. So let me wipe this out here. Okay, so what about if you're given an expression such as x is less than or equal to -3? Okay, so will this be a closed circle or an open circle? So recall, this will be a closed circle. Okay, so let's go ahead and plot this on the number line. So this will be -3, closed circle, and it's saying less than or equal to -3. So we're plotting to the left. Okay, so notice -3 is included, right? Because -3 is less than or equal to -3, because -3 is equal to -3, right? It's equal to itself. All right, let's go over another example. Let's take the expression x is greater than the square root of 2. Okay, so here we have the square root of 2, and let's just go ahead and plot this point here. So this indicates an open circle, right? And greater than means that we're going to shade to the right. So we're going to have an open circle and we're shading to the right. Okay? So that means all numbers excluding the square root of 2 is greater than the square root of 2. So let's go over some other examples. What about the expression x is greater than or equal to the square root of 2? So this indicates a closed circle that we're using, and we will be shading to the right of the number line. So let's go to the square root of 2. That's a closed circle, and shading to the right. So let's go over a few more. So let's say you're given x is less than or equal to 0. So we know that this will be a closed circle. We're going to place it on the 0. And why is it a closed circle? Because we're saying less than or equal to. And we are shading to the left because we're saying x is less than or equal to 0. So that means 0 is included in this solution. And last but not least, let's say you need to plot x is greater than -1/2. So taking a look at the inequality symbol, we know that this will be a closed circle, an open circle, and we will shade to the right. So let's go to -1/2, which is here, open circle. X is greater than -1/2, so we are shading to the right. And notice -1/2 will not be included in this solution because of this open circle. Okay, so that's all we have for this lesson. I hope it was helpful, and I look forward to working with you in the next lesson. Thanks.